Millie Weaver's here with us. I'm going to try to get Leanne McAdoo and Owen Schroyer in here a little bit later. I like bringing in the other reporters and folks here on the show. They had a lot of insight, different angles. It's like we had Dr. Group on earlier. Things are so exciting politically. It's beyond any sudden death overtime Super Bowl game, you know, that I'd watch when I was 20 years old with the buddies and beer and just think it was the most important thing in my life that I was seeing. That was about a Super Bowl ring or a trophy. That didn't matter to me and my family. What's happening now is so huge, is so incredible. Trump really is trying to cut the taxes, restore the republic, get the power plants back on, bring the jobs back. Almost $3 trillion in the stock market in just the last few months. Unprecedented. Biggest recovery in small businesses since Reagan's recovery in 1984 that took him 3.5 years to get. This is incredible. It's nothing less than magic. It's a magic moment. And we're going to go to our guest here. We just lost his Skype, who is the guy that founded the Trump rallies around the country. They're going to be happening this weekend. Millie Weaver's here because she's going to be out covering. We got to send some security people, I guess, because the anti-Trump folks like to beat up women for some reason. I guess that's what cowards do. But Peter Boykin's coming up here in just a moment to talk about that. But first, I want to just thank the listeners for supporting the broadcast the last week and a half after Google, through AdRoll, banned us, saying we're fake news and we don't have a right to advertise in the open market, which, in my view, really is racketeering. They've been doing this to Breitbart and others. They've been calling for censoring. They want to shut us down. But we adapt, we overcome, and the listeners have really been buying a lot of the products. I've extended the sale one day, but that it is ending because a lot of stuff's about to sell out. I said, we just extend it through the weekend. Let's just, people love it. We have discounts, and they're supporting us, and it's amazing. We're really catching up on the shortfall we have. They said, no, because X2 is about to sell out in the next 3-4 days. We won't have more for at least a month. We're about to sell out of a bunch of the other products because everything's 25 to 33% off at InfoWarsStore.com. And, you know, we just can't keep doing it. About T-shirts, a bunch of the T-shirts are half off. The new Trump Pence 2020 shirt that I believe will be the new mega viral shirt with InfoWars.com on the right shoulder says, keeping America great. We have to let folks know this is the president we're not going to stop. On the back it says America first in 1776. Get back in the face of the politically correct people. Meet like-minded folks that are pro-America of every race, color, and creed. Get in the face of their chilling effect and say no. We're about to stop selling Trump is my president that we put out a month before he won. We knew that was going to happen. Hillary for President 2017 with George Soros, where it says deport George Soros. Those are almost all sold out. When they're gone, they're gone. But it's so important with these big rallies and this mega rally Trump's talking about, hadn't been announced yet, that everybody get the new gear moving forward. At $9.95, we're making like $4 on average. We need the money to fund the operation. But I got to say, at current sales rates, I just had to put in a bigger order to have these printed up right here in America because we already sold out of the order we put in 2 days ago of what we printed. They can print more every day, thousands a day. But people are going crazy for this. This is going to be the new viral shirt. Everybody needs it. And we've got millions of listeners. Okay, almost 100,000 people bought the last shirt. That sounds like a lot. It was all over the news, changed the world, got the Republican establishment's attention. Why don't we sell 1 million of these? I know there's 1 million people listening right now. Take action. We can print 1 million of these shirts. We can use a third-party group to ship these out. InfoWarsStore.com or 888-253-3139. And I promise you this, if we sold 1 million shirts, that would be like only $5 million. Sounds like a lot. But it's actually not to fund a major operation. That's how cheap these are. But still, it would help us. There'll be less plugging. Now, we're about to go to our guest here who's taken action. It's in his car via Skype. Had a huge effect. But InfoWarsStore.com or 888-253-3139. If we put out 98,000 of the Hillary for President and, 30,000 of Trump's my president, that sounds big. It already changed the world. Imagine 1 million. Like we know over 1 million Trump hats have been sold. Notice CNN said that nobody was there for the Trump event, showing it when the gates first opened for inauguration. These are liars. They can try to censor the internet, but they can't censor the real world. They can't censor the third dimension. And that activism on the street is key. But whether you even just share links to our articles or pray for us, whatever, it supports us. But everyone needs to buy the shirt, and even if you're not going to wear it, give it to your nephew, your niece, your cousin, your husband, your coworkers. Buy them for everybody at work who supports Trump. Let folks know, hey, do you like Trump? You like free speech? I'll buy everybody at the office. Business owners and people have to stop thinking by holding on, they get ahead. It's small businesses spurring the stock market, getting us out of this depression. People get it.
Exactly.
Our listeners are the people of action. You are the shock troops of the reawakening.
Yeah.
Millie Weaver, and we're going to our guest.
Yeah, well, you know, I was actually reading some of the comments on the video we put out where me, you, and Leanne were wearing these shirts. And what I noticed was that there were actually a lot of women Trump supporters saying, man, you know, I love these shirts. I really want to get one, but I'm afraid to wear one because I don't want to be attacked, because the anti-tolerant left likes to attack women if they're Trump supporters.
When we go to a movie, my wife takes a koozie for Trump.
Exactly.
And by the way, she used to be a liberal.
Yeah.
She has a koozie for Trump right there.
Well, my solution is this. Bring protection, carry protection on your person, because you could be attacked for any reason. Doesn't even mean if you're a Trump supporter. We're seeing that every day out on the streets.
And let's be
Bring
clear.
your own protection.
Let's be clear, because I want to hear more from you, obviously, but I'm going to go to our guest, because you're the person that goes on the front lines and just got attacked last weekend.
Yeah.
You know, pushed on, told to delete your footage at a public event by the so-called liberals, the so-called tolerant. It's only going to a Trump rally or a globalist, you know, socialist rally that you might get pushed on or attacked.
Yes.
You should go in a group. Out in public, you're going to get more pats on the back in most areas.
That's right.
But understand, you've got to get past that comfort zone and say it's okay in America to say we're going to make America great again. If Millie, at 5'5", can go up by herself and do this, then men and women can do it. But regardless, just get the shirt as an act of defiance itself, and get, again, look at France. Look at how they're cowed. Look at what's happening. We've got to stand up. We've got to speak out. Go ahead.
That's right. Don't let them silence you, because that's their end goal. They want to shut us down. And just as soon as we've had these March for Trump protests that are coming up on Saturday, they are already planning counter March for Trump protests, anti-Trump protests there to try and shut us down.
America is in a civil war. You think things are bad now? If we don't show ourselves and get out there and get aggressive, the media will spin it that we're losing. Weak-minded people will buy it, and the globalists could win. Now, stay there, Millie. I want to go to Peter Boykin, marchfortrump.com. Look what he started. Look how the marches he's already had. Look at how it's been picked up, supported by the campaign. This is a guy, just an average guy, that took action. I want to find out when he started supporting Trump. He also has the hugely popular gaysfortrump.org, which, again, Trump's been in the advocate. He's always been open and inclusive. He wants to be inclusive. They lie about that. You saw it this weekend. We have to challenge these lies and let these bullies know this isn't true. So I want to commend, talk about getting bullied. I don't know he's been bullied, but let me tell you, the liberals and some of the super socialists, you know, bullying gay groups out there, they think if you're gay, you're owned by the Democratic Party. So I want to see if he's been bullied or attacked or threatened over that. Just talk about courage. I'm just guessing. Organizing Trump rallies, you got to have a lot of courage. So gaysfortrump.com, GoFundMe.com/March for Trump. It's happening all over the country. You're going to be out there. What day in Austin?
It's going to be March 4th at noon nationwide. So in Austin,
That's
it's
this
going to be, yes, this Saturday at noon nationwide.
Funny, I'm going to be right by the Capitol taking care of a major business deal with a bunch of stuff we're doing Saturday, and I'm right by the Capitol. I'm going to show up.
All right.
All right, that's exciting. Let's go to our guest who's been holding long enough. We'll get him back soon for a full hour if he can do it. Peter Boykin, marchfortrump.com. Tell us about your awakening, your journey, and then all the success you've had and what's coming up this weekend. But congratulations for standing up for freedom.
Thank you very much. I've liked and loved Donald Trump for a very, very long time. He's been a really good movement. But my awakening came a long time ago when Hillary last ran for the primary. And we got attacked for not wanting to vote for Hillary. We were called racist and everything. I said, if this is the Democratic Party, I'm out. You're going to attack you and eat your own, forget it. And we started our own Clintons for McCain back in the past as well, and tried to work for there. And I kind of sat out for a while, but when Donald Trump came down that elevator and I went home and talked to my husband, we both were like super excited. I've always busted the screen at The Apprentice, and I used to be I was on a reality show locally here a long time ago, and I always said that, you know, if I got a shot to work for Donald, I could kick everybody's butt on that show. So,
well, you've been doing it with all the success with your marches. This is going all over the country. In Washington, though, you have Joy Vila. We should roll some footage of her. You can't ever see that too much. She's going to be your speaker. Tell us about what's coming up in D.C.
Well, in D.C., we're having the March for Trump this Saturday at noon. Joy Vila will be a keynote speaker. I will be also speaking. I'm going to be speaking against fake news and the whole fake media and everything. And we're actually going to have a dinner that night as well with Joy. So there's a limited amount of tickets for that is available. But we're anticipating a decent-sized crowd. I mean, for something that got put together in like about a half a month. They'll try to compare us to other marches, which is just apples to oranges. It's not how it's
Yeah,
gonna
this
be,
isn't,
but
notice, this isn't George Soros spending hundreds of millions to have his women march, admittedly, and a database
Definitely.
they've collected for decades would move on. This is real people. You see that with Trump, the biggest amount of small donations ever, truly grassroots. Hillary had 7-to-1 money. Trump still won. This is grassroots.
That's exactly what it is. It's organic. And that's what we're seeing. We're seeing these organic movements of pro-Trump going out nationwide, rallying together, showing their support. And then we're also seeing these orchestrated Soros-funded groups going and planning to try and counter protests and shut them down. That's what they actually say in this this article right here. They said bring noisemakers to help drown out the hate speech and alternative facts of the alt-right.
You see, they want to shut our speech
That's
down,
right.
not debate it. Because they don't. They always, all these town halls, they have a script they're reading. A bunch of Soros crap. These people are a joke. Getting back to, again, Peter Boykin of MarchForTrump.com. These are happening all over the place. Again, tell us how many cities you think this is happening. Or if it's one person, even in a small town, just get out and stand up for free speech.
well, on the March for Trump website, it has a small amount of the places that we're going to be. We're going to be in Mar-a-Lago. We're going to be in Las Vegas. We have celebrities there as well. A member of the Pussycat Dolls. We got Christy Swanson that's going to be there. We have marches and speakers at all over the places, very prominent GOP locations. We got Virginia Beach, which is being ran by Scott Pressler, another very great Gays for Trump member. We have, I believe, Randy Ross from Orlando. He's going to be throwing one. We have another Gays for Trump's pretty much kind of running these things. You know, like I said, the GOP has needed gays in the GOP for the longest. We throw the
Isn't
best
it funny
parties,
that
the
Trump
best
gets up
events.
there with a rainbow flag, says, let's be inclusive of everybody, and the media calls him a homophobe. They call me that and an anti-Semite with no, it's the opposite. It's like, and it's not like I'm like being nice to groups so I don't get called something. I've never been accused of this. Now they just make this up. It's like the Young Turks calling anybody they disagree with racist. Even Joe Rogan, who's been pretty liberal, doesn't like them now because it's just, they just spew this BS.
It's distraction. That's exactly what it is. They're trying to distract us from the key things that Donald Trump's doing. Like, for example, with Kellyanne Conway, how everyone made a big deal about her sitting on the couch. Well, did anybody notice that the reason they were there was because President Trump had the historically black college foundation members there to sign an executive order to give $25 billion to historically black colleges.
Yeah, no,
That's what they
exactly.
wanna
No one
distract
heard about
from.
the $25 billion
Yes.
to the black colleges,
exactly.
something Obama never would do. Exactly.
Yes.
It was all Conway was so excited that this was such a great thing Trump was doing. And the Unify, she
That's right.
jumped up all high on freedom, taking photos. And so she's a bubbly, happy lady that's charming. And then she's bad.
That's exact. It's. The
I mean, this
perfect
is the
example.
craziest. Well, what I'm saying is, to me, like you said, it isn't about parties. It's about unifying America, which he's done. And we've seen since Orlando, especially, that finally, people that have alternative lifestyle, people, whatever, I don't care, gays, whatever, they really get that Trump is a unifier and are drawn to him. Why do you think that is?
Well, we just do not want to be thrown off buildings. We don't want to be killed. We know we're not. I call the LGBT liberals gay zombies all day long. That's my hashtag, gay zombies. I do it all day long. I got pages about it. I'm like, how do you support? I've been called Jews for Hitler, but I've turned that around. I'm like, how are we? You are. You're supporting the people that want to kill you. You know,
I love how they call us Hitler with no, but then meanwhile, the Islamicists love Hitler usually and openly want to kill all the people Hitler did.
Yeah, exactly. They are just totally turned around.
Let me ask you this. Why do you think they're going so crazy? I want to ask you that same question. Because it does seem like the polls show people don't like it, but they're just doubling down. They want to get rid of Sessions. I mean, they are just so upset right now.
Look, I've met Jeff Sessions personally. He's a very good person. He's a very great person. But they just love and feed off of misinformation, clickbait, fake news. They don't have any kind of logic. When they really say ultra-liberalism is a mental disorder, you have closed off your mind. But we worked on trying that cure because we had pride booths, gay pride, pro-gay Trump booths at we're going to have.
Let me ask you about this. If the left attacks me physically for trying to go to the inauguration, they attack Milley, and I'm not a small guy. What do they do? If they're already bullying people like me, what do they do to you? I mean, have you been through some threats?
Yeah, they have at our booths. Lots of people would come up and argue and yell and get in our face, and we've had Black Lives Matter people try to shut us down. We just stand up. We so strong, and we don't back down from that kind of stuff. We try not to get violent, but I tell people, look, I know what was the phrase before was like, when they get low, we get high. I'm like, no, when they get low, I get even. And if they get low enough, they're going to kiss my butt.
Well, here's where I stand. We can debate lifestyles. We can debate what's good, what's bad from our own perspectives, a religion. That's all fine. We're all Americans. We all agree we want prosperity and freedom to live as we see fit. That's what a free society is. Radical Islam being brought in is totally incompatible. Why the left's allied with that? That's their jump the shark moment, showing they're really a cult of authoritarianism. But Trump is a unifier, and I want to unify people. And the fact that the Democrats think they own gays, they think they own the LGBT, thing, they think they own black people, they don't. And I know the internal polls showed a lot even higher numbers of Hispanics and blacks vote for Trump. Same thing. That's why they tried to steal a bunch of states to skew those demographics, because they're really scared of people thinking, hey, socialism doesn't work or communism doesn't work. We should try what Donald Trump's talking about. And look at the stock market. How could they, Millie?
Yeah. Well, I think that more on what you're talking about is why they're crazy. Well, this is what I think it is. I think they're just extremely confused, and they wouldn't know truth if it's smacked in between the eyes. I think that they just don't understand. There's so much programming in the music and the entertainment and television and everything else that they just really don't understand what's going on. They're actually, I think that they really truly are terrified that this is racist and that Trump's Hitler and that
I agree. And have you ever dealt with a mental illness, in the family, and unfortunately most of us have, you care about this person, you can't get them snapped out of it. They really believe what they're doing. Or like an alcoholic drinking 3 bottles of, whatever, and you like they won't stop till they kill themselves.
Yeah.
And it's like it's a weird feeling, because I want to just hate them and make fun of them, and I do that some, then I feel guilty, because who I really don't like is the controllers. They know what they're doing. But the millions on the ground are just, like you said, mentally ill. Well, let's come back to our guest. Final segment with this straight ahead, then big news on a bunch of key topics that are breaking. The biggest Jewish newspaper in the United States has come out against me today and says conspiracy theorist Alex Jones reveres Trump like Hitler, trashes Statue of Liberty. So they have Der Spiegel here, who I'm pretty sure made up stuff that I never said, because I found a bunch of stuff in there that they said I have slot machines in the office. Are there any slot machines here? I mean, it's like really weird, okay? I mean, I can't have MSM here ever again, because now they've gotten so desperate they just make stuff up. But then he said, I revere Trump like Hitler, so now that's a fact because Der Spiegel said it. Not that I said I like Hitler, I hate Hitler, but that doesn't matter. I like Hitler. This is the next level fake news, man. And Haaretz has a big article where I'm like a Nazi and Trump's a Nazi. Yeah, because he's got his family's married in with Orthodox Jews and he's backing Israel. So yeah, you're a Nazi. And it's like the leftist Jews, they just can't quit lying, just like leftist anybody else. And they'll go, that's anti-Semitic. No, leftist Jews writing this are damn liars. And they're the ones that want all the Muslims and people that want to kill you and blow up Israel. So Trump's anti-Semitic because he doesn't want to blow up Israel. You people are a joke, man. You're in a cult. I don't care if you're Jewish or German or Chinese. You're into these lies. You're the fake news. I mean, so now they're really resorting to crazy stuff. Jones reveres Hitler. Wow. Wow. Next level. You were mentioning something key here. Trump gives $20+ billion to historically black colleges because of, open stuff now. You have to let whites go. There are a lot of whites are going this. A lot of them are fine colleges. Many of them are. And a lot of them, some are like community colleges, but a lot are really excellent.
Yeah.
But they're like 80–90% black, African-American. So $20+ billion versus what Obama did. Yeah. And they're calling this racism. We're going to go back to our guest here in just a minute, get his final take on that in these marches. But Millie, this is next level.
It is next level. And, Obama only gave $4 billion, whereas Trump gave $25 billion. I think that's a pretty big statement.
Trump's, I don't even know. It's almost like affirmative action, but it's good because it's jobs, because I want to end all this race crap. Trump's pressuring the automakers to move into black areas and hire blacks.
Yeah.
Which I'm not even sure it's almost discriminatory, but I just want to end all this, so go ahead and do it. But I mean, he's the opposite of what they're saying is what I'm saying.
Yeah, it's completely
here's $25 billion, Obama got $4 billion, and it's like, screw you racist asshole. Excuse me, I apologize for saying that. But I mean, it's such a lie. Bleep that. It's such a lie, folks. It's all lies. Let's go back to our guest, final comments from Peter Boykin joining us via Skype, marchfortrump.com, gaysfortrump.com. I mean, what do you make of this? Did you know you're on with a guy that they say loves Hitler?
I look, I make fun of them. I made the little meme like "keep calm, everyone's a Nazi," you know? Pretty much, you know. So I just joke. They always bring up the Pence is going to electrocute you. So you know, I'll send them back the picture of Pence zapping people. I'm like, it's stupid, it's silly, it's nuts. I make fun of it, you know. But
It's
look,
crazy is what it is.
we're just gonna keep raising funds at our GoFundMe. We're just gonna keep doing our events. Our events are very, very open to everybody. We've had liberal reporters say that we're the very most un-Nazi event.
Oh, that's what freaks them out. When we had a Cleveland rally, I'd say more than the crowd was Hispanic or black. Unfortunately, I didn't really see many Asians there. It's like one Asian reporter. That was the cliche is true. They're too busy working and be in the top class in the country.
Yeah.
It's not white people, it's Asians. But I mean, there it is. And then they were like freaking out. The liberals were like, "Oh my God, what's going on here?" Well, that's because InfoWars is super inclusive.
Exactly. You know, and we've seen that there's a lot of Latinos for Trump, Asians for Trump, African Americans for Trump. I mean, there's LGBTQ for
And
Trump.
their early victory on the news was saying, don't go to a Tea Party, they're racist, so minorities didn't go. Trump broke that, didn't he, Peter?
Oh yeah, he definitely did. Everybody's for Trump. Everybody.
And his numbers are going up even in skewed polls. This is
yeah.
very exciting. Well, I appreciate your courage and your activism and all the work you've done. And I'm working this Saturday, but I'll be popping into the rally down there at noon. So I'll see you there, Millie.
All
with the rest of
right,
the crew. I guess I
yeah.
gotta bring my security team. Because, yeah, these loving liberals are out to get me. They've said it. All right, we'll talk soon, Peter. Thank you so much, and I appreciate you.
Thank you.
All right, another great American who wants to make America great. We'll be back. 5 more minutes with you, Millie, and then we've got big news. Big news on the pedophile roundups happening. I can feel liberty surging, and the demons can feel it as well, and they are on fire with hate. Crashing. That's right, waging a frontal assault on the globalists, going straight in hard, running over them, ramming speed. Forget the maneuvers, as one famous British naval commander said, go straight at them. That's the really way to defeat the enemy. Especially when you got overwhelming force. We've got history on our side. Damn the maneuvers, go straight at them, Millie.
That's exactly it. And we cannot let them shut us down, because that's exactly what they want to do. They want to shut us up and shut us down. They're going out there. They're planning to come out here during these March for Trump rallies to basically silence us, to show that they have more numbers, that there's more people in America that don't like Trump, that are against Trump, than that are for Trump. So they just want to shut down our First Amendment. And why do Trump supporters and conservatives not go out to their anti-Trump rallies and try to shut them down? Well, it's real simple, folks. It's because we believe in the First Amendment. And most of these people, if you actually ask them, because I've interviewed tons of these people, they don't believe in the First Amendment. They say it's hate speech.
Oh,
They
the
say, "We're
left,
not
let's
allowed to
just
talk."
admit it. Things go in cycles. The right wing has done bad stuff in this country. But if you study things, it was the Republicans that ended slavery. It was the Republicans passed the Civil Rights Act. The Republicans were the opposition party. They didn't have a president till 1860. And not that Democrats are evil. It's just they were good and evil. They were the power structure. They were the party. You know, Thomas Jefferson was a great guy, but he was a Democrat. But I mean, they were, though, the establishment. And they've just always been bigger and slicker. And they have projected onto the Republicans who they really are, and now they've just got the dregs, and it's white people, it's minorities, but they're programming them with classic race-based crap. And you get a minority that feels oppressed, maybe had some racism to them, or maybe they're chip on the shoulder or whatever. You know, they just took classism as racism. Let me tell you, you start living in upper middle class areas, they don't like it because you're young. They don't care you're white. You gotta go kiss their butt, these weirdo white people. But you can go to some rich area, another area where it's like, I've been in rich areas of Mexico about rich Mexicans. They're mean to everybody. It's rich people acting like idiots. You got classy rich people like Trump that are the opposite, that appreciate everybody. And so they're playing a class warfare game. We've got to reach out and end this.
Exactly. And, you know, it just what you're saying reminded me of when Bernie Sanders got on after Trump's congressional address saying how, oh, it's not what he said, because they couldn't criticize anything he said. It's what he didn't say. So they're just going to make up any reason to be against Trump or try to throw him under the bus for anything. But they don't want to talk about all the Democratic women that refuse to stand to respect a fallen soldier's family and the fact that he gave his life. So it's
well, I mean, here's what it comes down to. We should play that again today. It was so powerful when she did that. we're all humans, and everybody has super brains in their group. The point is that the globalist corporatists are playing us off against each other. They write books, and again, white papers admitting it. It's not my opinion. It's a fact. And so they're disempowering everybody, and it's stupid, and Trump's really trying to unify, but he's saying we got to have borders in a country first. Globalism's against that. We've got to say we have rules first. We have value. Our taxpayers, no matter what color they are, they have some rights above other people that haven't proven their worth yet. So America's a club, and Trump's saying the globalists want to get rid of that, where it's a super elite, like Carlin talked about. Let's come back with that. There's an elite club, and you ain't in it. Trump's trying to get everybody in the club. Just like he bought up all these. I can't believe that 30, 40 years ago, there were still golf clubs where if you weren't white or if you were Jewish or whatever, you couldn't be a member. Okay, well, you know what Trump's famous for? He didn't do it just because he was a goody two-shoe. He knows there's a hell of a lot of rich people that aren't white to come into his club. Yeah. And you go to his clubs, there's everybody there. I mean, you know, Trump's the guy that broke up the most elite clubs in the country, and they hated him where he has that thing in Florida. That was a big racist area. He went and bought it up and took it up and opened it up. They tried to block him. They had the inspectors go. He fought them 10 years to open that.
That's right. That's exactly right. And we didn't hear them even mentioning that very much.
He doesn't even brag about it, because let me tell you, if he's already beaten these people over and over again. He's amazing. It's just true. Oh, because I admire Trump, I'm Hitler. Or I love Hitler now. Yeah, Clinton says golfing at all-white club was a mistake. Yeah, We'll be right back. Stay with us. I'm Alex Jones. Millie Weaver, great job. We'll see you out there this Sunday.
All right. Thank you. We'll see you.
Awesome points. We'll be back with Doug Hagman.
Talk show host is Alex Jones. He's a conspiracy theorist.
Radio talk show host Alex Jones.
Alex Jones. Jones is the wildly popular conspiracy theorist.
Radio talk show host and conspiracy theorist Alex Jones.
Deeply, I think, racist.
I just got called racist by MSNBC.
I don't want that man to have a gun.
1776 will commence again if you try to take our firearms.
The Alex Jones Show. Watch the free stream live at Infowars.com/show.